Today we are going to be looking at the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and how it points to Jesus Christ as being both Judge and Yahweh. We're also going to be looking at Jesus Christ, the Lord of Glory, and we're going to look at some verses that show that Jesus Christ is one with the Father. Let's find Jesus Christ in the pages of the Old Testament. The story begins as Yahweh appears to Abraham with two angels in the form of men. Keep in mind that in our English translations, the name Yahweh appears as the word Lord with all capital letters. Yahweh reaffirms his promises to Abraham and later reveals that judgment is being visited to the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. Yahweh then confirms that he has chosen Abraham, that he may command his children and his household to walk in the ways of Yahweh, so that Yahweh may bring to Abraham what he has promised him. I find it very interesting here how Yahweh speaks about Yahweh as if he's another person. Let's continue. Eventually, Yahweh commands the two angels to depart into Sodom, while Yahweh stays with Abraham. This would be the people's last opportunity to choose righteousness over evil. Abraham pleads for the people of Sodom and Gomorrah until Yahweh agrees that if just 10 righteous people can be found, then the whole city would be spared. Unfortunately, when the angels arrived, all the people, both young and old, to the last man, chose to wickedly assault the angels. This choice sealed their doom. The angels proceed to tell Lot that they must take Lot and his family from the city because Yahweh has sent them to destroy it. Now this is where things get very interesting. Look closely at the text used when Yahweh judges Sodom. Then Yahweh rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from Yahweh out of heaven. Did you catch that? There is Yahweh on earth that we talked about who has been visiting Abraham, and yet there is also a numerically distinct Yahweh in heaven. As with all things, let's go to Christ for the answer. Jesus tells us in John chapter 5 that all judgment has been given to the Son, so that all may honor the Son just as they honor the Father. That's right, the Father and the Son get equal honor. Christ reveals that he will judge the living and the dead according to the will of the Father. This is exactly what we see in Sodom, the Son judging Sodom according to the will of the Father. God the Father testifies to the truth that Jesus is God. Paul helps us to understand this in Hebrews. The Father says to the Son, "Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever." The Father also testifies that Christ is his Son, and every Jew realized that if Jesus was the Son of God, that meant that he is equal with God. And when Christ rose victorious from the grave, he entered into heaven victorious. In Psalms 24, we witness an exchange from God the Father and the angels of heaven. The Father calls for the ancient gates to lift up so that the King of glory may come in. We hear a call from heaven asking, "Who is this King of glory?" And the Father declares him to be Yahweh strong and mighty, Yahweh strong in battle, Yahweh of hosts, the King of glory. But how can this be if God does not share his glory? We also know that there is only one God. Well, the answers are found in Jesus again. Christ reveals that he and the Father are one. Welcome to the wonderful world of the Trinity, my friends.